Let's start with a couple of easy interview questions, and then we can solve a few medium and hard level questions as well. So, this is the first one: mobile and web users. Count the number of unique users per day who logged in from either a mobile device or web. Output the date and the corresponding number of users. So a user can log in either through mobile or through web. So what we could do is we could take a union, and union will take care of duplicates as well. So what we'll do is select um log select star from mobile logs union, select star from web logs. So I think union removes duplicate. Just I'll check that. Um, yeah, it does remove the duplicates. So if there are like multiple logins with from the same user, so then that will be removed. Um, okay, now I have to get the count of distinct users for each date. So I'll use select log date count distinct user ID as user count from I'll just use an alias T group by 1, and let's order it by date. So yeah, so the solution works. Let's go to the next question. Pending claims. Count how many claims submitted in December 21 are still pending. A claim is pending when it has neither an acceptance or not rejection date. Okay, so we need to find the count of pending claims in submitted in 2021 December, and the criteria of a claim being pending is that both the date accepted and date rejected would be null. So select, okay, just need the count. So select count claim ID from CVS underscore claims where date accepted is null and date rejected is null, and we only need the count for December 2021. So there is a function called extract year month from date submitted. Yeah, date submitted is equal to 2021 1 2. So let's run the code. Yeah, so the solution works. Let's go to the next one. This is a medium level difficulty question. You have been asked to calculate the average age by gender of people who filed more than one claim in 2021. The output should include the gender and the average age rounded to the nearest whole number. Okay. So there are two tables: CVS claims and CVS accounts. So from this table, we'll have to identify those accounts that have multiple claims, and then we'll create a join with this, and then we can use a group by to get the rounded figure for age, average age. Okay, so let's do that with CTE as select account ID from CVS underscore claims group by 1, let's get this as well. Count claim underscore ID as CNT having count of claim ID greater than 1. So if you see the result for this one, so these are the accounts that have like claims, like multiple claims, not just one. Now we'll use this table. Okay. Select gender, average of age as average age from previous accounts, CA join CT on CA dot account ID is equal to CT dot count ID, and we need to round it as an integer, so I'll use a round function. Okay, and then group by 1. So let's try this one. What happened? 73, 34, 24, 69. Where? Oh yeah, I forgot to use this filter. That the year has to be 2021. Okay, from previous claims, where year should be year of date submitted is equal to 2021. So let's check again. Yeah, so now the solution works. Let's go to the next one. No order customers. So identify customers who did not place an order between, this is the, like, I think it's 1st of Feb 2019 to 1st of March, okay. And include customers who placed orders only outside the state range, or customers who never placed any orders. Okay. So this is the table, yeah, customers, and we have to identify those customers who have either placed orders outside the state range or those who have never placed any orders. So let us, okay, let me start with select, how can we approach this question? So based on the order date, first we can identify the correct customer ID, and then we can, join with customers to get the name. Okay, let's try out something. Let's select star from customers left join orders on c.id is equal to o dot cust underscore id, and we just need a couple of first name, right? Let's add a flag for whether the order date is in this range or not. Okay, so case when order date between, what's the range? Okay, 2019 0201 and 2019 0301, then 1 else 0 n as flag. Okay, Yeah. So somewhere unknown column c dot id. Yeah. Mm, So now for a person who has like there'll be like many records, right? For example, for Jill, there are a couple of orders where the order is placed outside of this range, and there are a few like there is one order which is in the range. Okay, so what I could do is I could take a sum of this flag for each user, and if it is zero, that means that that user hasn't placed the order in this range, or they have never placed an order. Okay, so what we could do is um, select first name sum of flag as sum flag from the group by 1. So now you see Jill has like the sum would be 1 because there were a few orders that were placed beyond that date range, and there might be actually there was one order which is in this range, that is why it has 1. So and for me, as there were 2 orders in this range, that's why she got 2. Okay, so or yeah, so now what we could do is this 0 means that John has either placed orders beyond this range, or he hasn't placed any orders. So we can use a filter like select first name from let's just keep it as D1, where sum of flag should be equal to 0. Um, Yeah, so the solution works. So basically what I did is I just created a flag and I summed it up, and based on whether it's 0 or 1, I took it as the final output. So let's go to the next one. Second highest salary without order by. Okay. Mm, so, um, okay. So yeah, actually there is an easy approach. Select max of salary as second highest salary from worker where salary mm, not equal to select max salary from worker. I think this should work. Yeah, so this one was also pretty easy. So let's go to the last one. Negative, this is a difficult question, and the question is negative reviews in new locations. Find stores that were opened in the second half of 2021 um, with more than 20% of their reviews being negative. A review is considered um, um, let's pause for a while. So this question is a difficult question. Find the stores that were opened in the second half of 2021 with more than 20% of their reviews being negative. A review is considered negative when the score given by a customer is below 5. Output the names of the stores together with the ratio of negative reviews to positive ones. So there are two tables, Instacart reviews and stores. For stores, we need to put a condition that the store is opened after the 6th month in 2021. And yeah, a score will be negative if it is less than 5, and we have to get the ratio of sum of negative reviews to positive ones. So let's start. Select. The output should include store names as well as the ratio. Select. What's the name? Yeah. Select name. Sum. Case when score is less than 5, then 1, else 0, and upon some case when let me just get this. Case when score is greater than or equal to 5, then 1 else 0, and as ratio from Instacart reviews. Join Instacart stores on store ID is equal to ID. Let's give some alias name just to avoid any confusion. T1.storeID, T2.ID, where month of opening date should be greater than 6, and year of opening date should be equal to 2021, and we'll use group by 1, and the criteria is that the store has more than 20% of their reviews being negative. So we'll add a having clause, having the same thing, uh, negative review count upon just add one more bracket, yeah, count star, that would be the total count of reviews, and it should be greater than 0.2. And one more thing, that since we are taking a ratio of integers, we'll get integer as output. So to include ratio as like correct ratios, we'll just add 1.0 to make this part as numerator as float. Yeah, and there is no condition of being rounded. Yeah, so let's run the code. Yeah, so the solution works. For more such videos, do consider subscribing. Thank you.